Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to Shoestring Acres, where austerity and nature collide. Today, this is one of my cooking segments, and I have a selfie stick in my hand, so I'm not very good. So today, we are going to be making chicken. I don't even know whether I'm going to pronounce this properly. Chicken Dupiaza with pilau rice. This is a recipe. This is not my recipe. This recipe comes from a lady called, I'm gonna get an arm ache with this thing. This recipe comes from a lady called Siobhan, and she is from slimmingeats.com. And I've taken her recipe because it's up there for the world to see, but I want to give full credit where credit's due. And if you can go and click on her website in the link below and give her page a view, I'm sure she'd really appreciate it. So, without further ado, let us begin. Let me show you the ingredients. I'm going to have to flip the camera around and take my little piece of paper. Okay. The first thing you will need is, and I haven't got this pictured, she tells you to use 650 grams or 22.9 ounces of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I'm actually going to use chicken breasts because I'm on Weight Watchers and that's a free food for me. But if you want to use the chicken thighs, go ahead. She asks you to use 320 mils of chicken stock. That's my homemade chicken stock. 2 teaspoons of fresh grated ginger. 4 garlic cloves crushed, which I'm going to crush in a minute. 2 teaspoons of turmeric powder. 2 teaspoons of cumin seeds that we have there. 2 teaspoons of ground coriander. And a half to 1 teaspoon of chili powder. Now I'm using the cayenne pepper there because I ran out of chili powder. 2 teaspoons of garam masala. 4 in there green cardamom pods. And she wants you to have 2 tablespoons of tomato. She calls it tomato paste, but in America where we are, it is tomato paste. She calls it tomato puree, and tomato puree here is something completely different. So get tomato paste. Okay, this is to thicken up. She asks you to get 500 grams of onion chopped and 1 large carrot. Look, I didn't have any carrots, so I found something that looks like a carrot and I chopped it up, which is butternut squash. And we have over here, we have the 1/3 of a cup of fat-free natural yogurt. I'm using Greek yogurt because that's a free food as well, and that's all I had. And 2 teaspoons of ghee, which I didn't have. Ghee is clarified butter for those that don't know. I didn't have any ghee. I've run out. And, well, it was in my fridge and it was looking a bit dodgy, so I threw it away. And I'm just using 2 teaspoons of butter. Okay, moving over here. This is for the pilau rice. We have 1.5 cups of basmati rice. We have 1 small onion diced finely. 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric. 8 green cardamom pods. 8 cloves. We have some salt for seasoning. We have some spray there, extra virgin olive oil spray, and we have 3 cups of water. So that's for your rice. Okay. Now, if you're like me, you'll like spicy foods, go over to Siobhan's page, slimmingeats.com, and have a look at what she's done. She has a really great page, and she has a fake away section because, you know, traditionally a lot of the foods that we like to eat in the restaurants, they're loaded with oil and calories and coconut cream and all those things that are are going to put a lot of, well, if you abuse them like I do, they're going to put weight on you. So you really need to go over there and have a check. She's got Chinese fake away, Indian fake away, you name it. She's got it there. Go and spend some time digging around. And if you do actually make any of her recipes and you healthify them, tag me, let me know, because I want to know how it worked out for you. But I have adapted this to the Weight Watchers program, and what I'm about to cook for you on my Weight Watchers plan. Okay, now everybody's is different depending on what questions you answered and how you answered them in your Weight Watchers questionnaire when you joined up. But for me, this is 9 points per serving. So this serves 4 people and it's 9 points per serving, including the rice. Okay, just wanted to let you know that. I also want to give a shout out to these onions and to the Gary Sinise Foundation. These are the onions that I'm using for this, which is a heavily onioned curry. Okay, and I just want to read a little bit about the Gary Sinise Foundation. The Gary Sinise Foundation was established under the philanthropic direction of actor Gary Sinise, who has been an advocate of our nation's defenders for nearly 40 years. Gary's foundation's mission is to serve our nation by honouring our defenders, veterans, first responders, their families and those in need. The programmes were designed to entertain, educate, inspire, strengthen and build communities, serve America's heroes and their loved ones 365 days a year. To learn more, go to GarySiniseFoundation.org. So if you see these in your grocery store, buy them and do him a favour and do those people that I just mentioned a favour too, because it goes to help them. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is take half of your onions and put them in a pan of boiling water and boil them until they are soft. And then you're going to drain them and then you're going to puree them either in a food processor or with a stick blender. Okay, so here we are. This is this pureed onion. I just put mine in my food processor and just blended it down. But again, if you want to just use a stick blender, you can. Okay, so the next step here is to put your carrots, or in my case, my butternut squash, and the remaining onions in with your ghee or your 2 teaspoons of butter as I used. And you just have to soften them here in a frying pan. Okay, so now you're going to add the garlic, as I've done there, the ginger, the cumin, and your coriander, your turmeric, your chili powder, and your garam masala and your tomato paste. Okay, you're going to add all of those into the pan to soften. And mix it all around. Siobhan says to add in a little bit of water if it starts to get a little bit too sticky. Okay, but just you're going to mix all these around and get them. Yeah, I think it looks a little bit dry, so I'm going to add a little bit of water to mine. One sec. Just added a little bit of water and I'm stirring to incorporate all the ingredients. A good mix. I just have it on a medium-high heat. And mix everything around in there. It's smelling really good already. So there you have your paste-like mixture, and you're going to add in your chicken thighs or your chicken breast, whatever part of that you're using, and you're going to stir this in to incorporate all the paste and make sure that it's covering your chicken. Okay. now you're going to stir in your chicken stock and your cardamom pods. Okay. Now you're going to add in your onion puree, like that, and you're going to stir it and you're going to bring it to a boil, okay, and then you're going to reduce the heat. Now you're going to reduce this down to a medium heat and keep on stirring it, but you're going to do this for about 15 to 20 minutes, and this is a good time for you to add in your salt that you're using. Season according to your taste. Do not over salt this. Add a little bit at a time and taste it, but do not over salt it. You can always add salt, but once you've added too much salt in, you cannot take that away. Okay, so now we're going to get on with the pilau rice. So you're going to use that cooking oil spray and find a nice deep frying pan and add in your onion. Okay, you're going to toss that around and saute it. I just added a little bit of chicken stock, I think about 1/3 of a cup, because that cooking oil spray doesn't go a long way, and I do use the pure olive oil spray, and I'm always worried that if I use too much it will start adding secret points that I don't know about. So the homemade chicken stock, once you remove the fat from it, is a free food, so just add 1/3 of a cup if you've got some banging around your kitchen. If not, just add a little bit of water, but I think you find you'll soften up the onion well doing that. Okay, now you're going to add in your rice. You are going to add in your cloves. You're going to add in your turmeric and a pinch of salt. Okay, and you're going to pour in your water. Okay, and you're going, next step is, she says, to stir it until all coated. Okay, looking pretty good. And then, what does Siobhan say next? She says, bring it to a boil, then reduce the heat and simmer until all liquid is absorbed. Okay, so let's turn the heat up and we'll bring it to the boil, and then, yeah, and then we will lower it. Yeah, I forgot to add in the cardamom pods, so add those in as well. This wouldn't be a Simone cooking video without me doing something goofy, so just add those in and stir, and then follow on. Okay, so now we're going to spoon some of the gravy, okay, into the yogurt to bring it up to room temperature. So just give it a little stir like so, and then we're going to add this yogurt back into our curry. Also, one of the things I recommend you do is go through your curry and pull out those 4 cardamom pods. They're not very nice to bite into. They're just there to give it flavour, but it's something you want to remove, okay? And again, you want to go through your rice and remove those cloves and your cardamom pods from there. Okay, so all the liquid absorbed, and I added a lid and I turned off the heat and I left it for 10 minutes. And you do not stir the rice through the whole cooking process. And I've removed the pods, and it's really good rice. Look, it's not stuck together. It's looking very traditional, looking like my mum's rice that she makes without a rice cooker. So I'm just going to plate it up and we will give it the taste test. Okay, so that was fun. It was easy. I feel good because I can finally have a fake away and I don't have to worry about all of those calories. So this is what it looks like. Okay, let me turn the camera. Okay, here we have it. It's quite a generous serving too. So I don't know whether I'm going to be able to get that all down, but knowing me, I will try. And let's give it the taste test, okay? Let's put you down there. By the way, do you like my t-shirt? Let's show you my t-shirt today. For those of you who love Father Ted, I have Mrs. Doyle on my t-shirt. Do you remember that episode when she was trying to get everybody to have a cup of tea? Ah, go on. Go on now. Oh, that's the worst Irish accent ever. I apologise, Irish people. Okay, so let's go. But I love Mrs. Doyle. And I love Father Ted. Okay. I'm excited. That's a bit spicier than I thought because of the cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is different to chili pepper, just letting you know that. But it's good. It's definitely going to clear out the pipes. It makes me feel like I'm back in my childhood, in my mum's kitchen, my Sri Lankan mother's kitchen. And it's good. So there you go. A Weight Watchers recipe. Well, it's not a Weight Watchers recipe. It's Siobhan's recipe. But we've converted it Weight Watchers style. And it's really good. And I'm going to go away now and I'm going to eat it all. Okay, thanks for watching. And when I can, I'll be back with another cooking video. I think tomorrow, I think on Sunday I'm going to bring one out, which is chicken jalapeno peppers. Yeah, something like that. It's a Weight Watchers recipe. But for now, you have a good day and I'll go. Toodles.